Hi guys, welcome back to another fragrance video on my channel and thanks so much for tuning in again. Now in today's video I want to talk to you guys about 5 different fragrance categories that will make you look more attractive as a man or do a whole lot of other different things in order to improve your appearance. So in my opinion there is a clear psychological effect to different fragrance types. So you have different fragrance notes that will evoke certain emotions or a certain appearance in other people, and it really depends on which one of these categories you will use. So I'm really excited to hear about your recommendations. So if you have anything to add to this video, please let me know in the comment section down below and leave a like on this video if you enjoy this type of content. So the first fragrance note and category that I want to talk about is the authoritative fragrances. So this is for all the guys that want to be perceived as a boss type of person. I would recommend you to use a fragrance that is heavy on, for example, patchouli or vetiver. Patchouli being a very cold and earthy kind of note, vetiver being more of a earthy and woody type of note. I think the combination does the trick because most super masculine fragrances are actually based on patchouli and vetiver. And even inside this category there is a whole spectrum of what you can achieve, and I can tell you as a rough guideline that you should be looking for patchouli heavy fragrances in order to display a certain authority. For instance, I have a fragrance right here which is called Oriental Kashba. It's by the house of Farmacia SS. It's an Italian house, and this one is actually a 90% pure patchouli fragrance. There is also a lot of other different ones, and this one is really an authoritative, dark and super leathery and earthy type of fragrance. It also has some kind of cooling effect, and all of these notes make this a super authoritative fragrance. But in general you should go for patchouli fragrances to display authority, and if you want to soften things up a little bit you should go for a patchouli and vetiver combination, since this is a typical masculine fragrance note. Next up we have the elegant fragrance type. So if you want to display a certain elegance or sophistication, you should definitely go for an iris-based fragrance. Now this is something that you probably already know. If you look at the likes of Dior Homme Parfum or Prada L'Homme or other different mainstream iris fragrances, this is exactly what I'm talking about, because these fragrances, and especially the note of iris in fragrances, displays a certain elegance. It makes the fragrance look sleek and sophisticated and elegant, and that's exactly what you want to be looking for. Next up we have the seductive fragrance category. So if you want to be seductive and seduce people, you should definitely go for a musk-based fragrance, because this is actually the most seductive note that you can ever imagine. It has been around for ages, so if you want to be perceived as seductive and sexy, you should use a musk-based fragrance. So what does that really mean? What does musk smell like? Well, it really smells like human skin. So it's a really very skin similar scent, so it smells really like human skin, and in a very pleasant way. So it has some kind of powdery notes and skin type notes, and therefore it is really sexy and seductive. And in my opinion, for example, Musc Ravageur by Frédéric Malle and also Rosendo Matteo No. 5 are two of the most seductive fragrances that I personally know of. The fourth category is pretty similar to the seductive one, because the fourth category I call the sexy fragrances, and in my opinion this is the category that revolves completely around compliments. So in my opinion, the number one compliment fragrance note there is in history of mankind is actually saffron. So if you want compliments, you should go for saffron based fragrances. Of course this note can be combined with musks or can be combined with oud, as it is done in Oud for Greatness by Initio Parfums, or even in Baccarat Rouge by Maison Francis Coq-Jean, which is a musky and also saffron based fragrance. But in general I noticed that with every fragrance where there is saffron in it, you will definitely get compliments. It is almost a rule that you will get compliments with saffron fragrances, so I definitely recommend to you the note of saffron if you want to get compliments or you want to be perceived as sexy. And also my personal number one compliment fragrance, by the way, is called Falcon Leather by the house of Matière Première, which is a French fragrance house. And it has really been every single time that I've worn this fragrance that I've received at least one compliment by a random stranger. So it's really crazy. crazy. But just so you know, if you want compliments, you should go for the note of saffron. And now the final category is what I call the mysterious category. So if you want to convey a little bit of a mysterious edge to people and you really don't want to be like super transparent and open about everything that you do, you should go for spice heavy fragrances. So in my opinion, spicy fragrances always have some kind of mysteriousness to them, and this goes hand in hand with spices being used a lot in the Oriental realm. So I believe in the Western countries this is also something that people have in mind when they smell spice heavy fragrances. So you always get the impression that it's kind of Oriental and kind of not like super easy to break down for people. So if you use spice heavy fragrances, you will automatically be perceived as more mysterious, as more intriguing, and that's also something that I wanted to give to you guys as well, especially in combination with musks and saffron. This is something that will really get other people's attention. So if you want to convey a mysterious aura to people, make sure to use spice heavy fragrances in combination with sweeter notes, and that's going to give you this kind of effect. So that's about it with my 5 fragrance categories that make you as a man more attractive or give you some kind of effect that you want to convey, be it an authoritative effect, be it a sexy or a seducing effect. That's what I wanted to let you guys know. And if you know other categories that go hand in hand with what I've said in this video, please let me know in the comment section down below. I'm super excited to read about all your recommendations. And if you like this video, please leave a like. I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching and bye bye.